In this series, Squishies compete to be the top chef, and you vote for 3 finalists to compete for the ultimate title. Previously on Squishy Top Chef Makeover. I think that's a compliment. Oh. You voted, and Val is also moving on to the finale. But who will take home this season's ultimate title of Squishy Top Chef? In this finale episode, the choice is up to you.
It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today is a very big and special day. Today we're doing episode 4 of Squishy Top Chef Makeover. This series is the most ridiculous thing I've ever done on my channel. It is a reality TV show food competition between my Squishies. In each episode, I choose 3 Squishies to create food dishes, and you guys vote in the community tab on who won that episode. So far, we've had 3 episodes, which means we have 3 winners. We have Chip, Flo, and Val. Those 3 winners are going to compete in today's finale episode. And at the end, you guys will vote in the community tab on who is the top chef, the best chef of all, the best fry cook of all, employee of the month. If you're not aware, or you've been living under a rock of some kind, my Squishy Makeover series is definitely inspired by Moriah Elizabeth. In a battle between the remaining contestants, only one can win the title of top chef. The finale's theme is a slice of home. Each Squishy will have to incorporate their hometown into their piece. Reigning all the way from Cupid's bow, we have our Valentine's Day hamster, Valentina, or Val. From one matchmaker to another, Val has decided to recruit a friend from her hometown. This Squishy is actually brand new. I bought it from Walmart for like $10. Squish value is like a 4. It's kind of hard to press. There's also some things sticking out that I will need to sand away and clip off with scissors. The sanding removed the face. And I also clipped off a lot of these little seams that were sticking out. Peeled right off. We've got some wings. These are actually wings that I took from... Yep, these wings were originally Val's, but she is donating them to her friend. These look like they'll make a nice appendage. Because of the weird shape of these wings, I did use my hot glue gun to stick them on. Oh, I'm showing you how they fit together now. Look at them, best friends. Taking out my white slick paint, and I'm just filling in all of the gaps and holes, just trying to make sure that this wing is really permanently bonded to its back. I did add a layer of white slick paint to the whole front just to make sure it would be smooth before adding some white matte paint and giving it a nice white base coat. Once this Squishy was completely white and totally colorless, it was time to add some color. I took out a purple color and painted the bear purple. I also painted the wings a light purple color, dipped into some light pink paint for the icing on the cupcake. This is actually the same pink that Val is. And then, ooh, I debated between these 3 colors for the cupcake wrapper and ultimately went with this slightly darker pink color. I'm pretty happy with the general colors for this. Let's get in some details. Up first, we're adding some drips around the cupcake in this dark purple color. I'm also adding some hearts to the icing in the same colors that Val has her hearts. After that, I decided to add some dark purple hearts to the bottom of the bear's hands because Val has that on her hands. She has hearts. Using my pencil to sketch out a face for this Valentine's Day bear. I filled in the eyes with white, and then I also colored in the little nose and the mouth. Since this is hometowns, I thought they would look somewhat similar, so you'll notice there's a heart on the forehead of this bear, and Val also has a heart on her forehead. After adding the glimmers to the eyes, I felt like it was missing something, so I decided to add one last detail, some icing to the wings, and of course I made a mistake along the way. Dropped it while it was still wet and ruined the wing. It was a little bit of a tragedy, but at the end, I was able to fix it, mostly. And here is what the final squishy turned out looking like. I'm really happy with this before and after. I love how cute it looks. And honestly, what does it for me is when you put them side by side, all three of Val's squishies, the theme is just so cute to me. I absolutely love it. But let's see how the judges feel. Val, tell us a little bit about your... Wait, where is your dish, Val? Whoa, Val certainly came to win, and the judges are looking up at this dish. Thematically on brand, but how does it taste? Skippy, your thoughts? Passing the taste test with flying colors? But will the votes agree? Good luck in the polls, Val. Reigning all the way from the baking section, Chip has always gone by the motto, bake it until you make it. From one cookie dough mouse to another, in today's hometown episode, Chip has decided to share someone very near and dear to his heart. Okay, so here we have Chip's very tall, three-tiered cake. It kind of reminds me of a... well, I'll explain later. First, I'm taking out my white matte paint to cover up this cake and give it a nice white base coat. After that is done, it's time to dip into some tan cookie dough color and paint this second tier with the cookie color. After I had painted it, I realized it was a little bit too dark when compared to Chip, so I lightened it up. I personally preferred the first color, but I did want it to match Chip. I dipped into this dark blue color for the bottom tier to match the same blue color that Chip has on his cup. And I took this light blue color, which is actually the same light blue color that Cherry is painted. To create some cherry sauce, I took out this red puffy paint and added some drippy sauce all around the bottom tier of the cake. I also took out some chocolate brown color to add some chocolate chips to the second tier of this cake. Here's what it looks like so far. Next, we're giving this little cat mouse some cookie ears, and I think you know where this is going at this point. The white slick paint was used to create some drippy vanilla ice cream on the cookie dough layer of this cake. Since this is the Hometowns episode, this cake is actually Chip and Cherry's wedding cake. So there is a little bit of decoration from each of them, and on top we have their child? I hear ya. Conceptually, it might be a little strange, but I saw this cake and I could not decorate it with anything other than Chip and Cherry's child. Look at the top. It perfectly looks like the combination between a cat and a mouse. And I was like, look at this. This could easily be Chip and Cherry's child. She has her mother's eyes and, well, distinctly her father's ears. I mean, those ears, definitely her father's. But the eyes, spitting image of her mother. I did actually adjust the eyes to be more like a cat's eyes, where they have like the oval kind of shape in the center. I wanted the eyes to look more like Cherry's eyes and also look a little less crazy. After adding the glimmers, I felt like it was missing one thing. One last piece. On the head, I think it needs a cherry on top. In episode 1 of Top Chef, Chip actually made a dessert for Cherry that had a cherry on top, and I used a twist tie in that episode to create the cherry stem. So I thought, let's do that again. I also felt like the colors on this thing wasn't very balanced. I felt like it needed some red on top of the head to balance everything out. Much better. Their child looks so cute, and I don't know why the name Cindy keeps coming to mind in this before and after. When I look at her face, she just looks like a Cindy to me, which is a strange name choice. Before heading into the judging, Chip and Cherry decided to show you a nice family photo op. Chip, who from your hometown did you bring to present your dish? His daughter is on top of the cake. Eat around her. Chocolate and cherry do pair well together, but will the taste test agree? Bram's so happy he fell off his chair. Are you okay? Ollie, your thoughts? It appears Chip and Cherry are the perfect pair. Good luck in the polls, Chip. Before we move on to the next contestant, I just wanted to let you know I now have my Bella signature with the shooting star, as well as my Draw Your Journal logo available in my Teespring. They're in stickers in this case, as well as t-shirts, sweatshirts, phone cases, etc. The link is in my bio. Raining all the way from the garden? The water? Flo, we don't really know where you're from, but I guess that's the point of hometowns, isn't it? I'm taking out this brand new squishy that I just purchased from Walmart. It's a giant ice cream cone, and I actually purchased 3 of them for a very super secret special project I've been working on, and I'm saving this top for that. Part of this top secret project already appeared somewhere in the video. You can look for it if you want, but it won't come out for a few months. Trimming off the seams for this cone, I actually had a lot of seams to cut off on this. I sanded it down and took out these 2 extra squishies. This is a very small donut and the cutest little rabbit. I got these 2 squishies in a giant pack of squishies, and I actually just never used them. I have a bunch of these small ones, and I wanted to incorporate this into moment of silence for the bunny who's being cut in half. I put the bunny inside the donut to create a floaty because these things are going to be swimming. To my complete and utter surprise, the bottom half of this bunny looked exactly like a narwhal. I was shocked. I was like, look at this. How can I not include this from Flo's hometown? Flo is, of course, a narwhal, and narwhals swim in the water. So for this piece, we have 2 of Flo's neighbors swimming in a pool of melted ice cream. The narwhal was missing one thing, so I took out this ice cream torch and cut it to the right size and created a little horn for Flo's tiny neighbor. I don't know who this is. It's just a random narwhal in the sea. Once everything was sealed together, I put a nice white base coat over this whole thing. And now it's time for my favorite part, the colors. So I'm dipping into a light pink color that I freshly mixed together and painted the sugar cone on the bottom. I also painted the little narwhal friend, the light green color with the pink tail and pink horn, just like Flo. I painted the bunny a light purple color and gave the donut floaty a darker purple color. Dipping into this light blue color, which is actually the same light blue color of Flo's eyes, and it's also the same light blue that I painted the cupcake in episode 2. To make the ice cream look like it had even more depth to it, I added some darker blue colors to the crevices. I also added some blue drips down the sides of the cone to really emphasize that it was melted ice cream. Taking out some green puffy paint to add vines to the bottom of the sugar cone, as well as vines around the body of Flo's tiny narwhal friend. After that, I added pink and purple flowers to the vines. These flowers are quite chunky, but that is how they are on Flo, so I decided to keep everything consistent. And now we're ready for my favorite part of any piece, the finishing touches, especially adding the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the glimmers in the eyes, any extra details that kind of bring the colors together. That is always my favorite part of any piece. I especially love the part where you add the pupils to the eyes and the glimmers. I also added winged eyeliner to this bunny, and I actually really like it. I think it turned out super cute. The narwhal didn't get winged eyeliner, but he's still cute. And here is the before and after for Flo's piece. I have to say this piece was definitely more complex than I usually do. I added a lot of things onto it, and I really am happy with the way it turned out. Flo is relaxing outside before heading into the judging room. Flo, you're on the wrong side of the screen. Could you go, yep, on the left? Tell us a little bit about, nope, that's in the center. Oh. Conceptually, it's the most interesting, but how does it taste? Seaford, your thoughts? From one sea creature to another, Seaford approves. But do the polls agree? Wait. Before we vote for the last time, I want to give a special thank you to each of our contestants who created all different food dishes this season. And now it's up to one last vote to decide who is this season's top chef. Don't forget to vote on the community tab for who you think should win this season of Top Chef. Thank you guys so much for watching this season, and I'll see you next week for another video. Bye!
Hey.